good to see the likes of Chahal and Karun Nair getting an opportunity after their good showing in the IPL.
Yes, I don't think it's just the IPL. I think it's been the consistency that they've shown throughout the season. Karun Nair, for example, has been in outstanding form in all three formats of the game. I saw him at the start of the season in August, September in the A series, the tri-series which was played with Australia A and South Africa A. And the way he batted there, the way he's a pretty useful bowler as well. I don't think he was used in the IPL. But the kind of form that he showed, the kind of temperament he showed the other day while winning the game for the Delhi team, I think he's a very, very good prospect. So it's good to see his performances being rewarded. And the same with Chahal. I don't think it's just the IPL, but the season that he's played before, he's picked up wickets, he's been regular, and he's an outstanding fielder, another outstanding fielder. So good to see performances in domestic cricket. And while you can always argue that IPL is also a domestic tournament, it really, for me, the performances in the Syed Mushtaq Ali, the Vijay Hazare Trophy, the Ranji Trophy, I think those are the performances for me that should really matter when picking a team, picking the national team.
Right. What do you make, Mr. Gavaskar, of the Pandya brothers, Hardik and Krunal, not making the cut for the squad of Zimbabwe?
Early days. I think the selection committee perhaps have done the right thing by showing a little more patience. They want to see a little more of Krunal Pandya. They've seen Hardik Pandya. And while there is promise with both the brothers, I think there is still a little time for both of them. I think the more they play domestic cricket, the more matches that they play, the more experience they will get, will be the better for it. And therefore, you can't really complain. Yes, sometimes it's tough, but the IPL being the glamour tournament that it is, a lot of times we've seen people being selected on the basis of IPL and then floundering in international cricket because it's a whole different ball game. And so maybe it's a blessing in disguise that both the Pandya brothers are not selected, because it will give them an opportunity to assess how their season has gone, and when the new season comes through in September, October, they'll be better prepared.
Right, let's talk about the tour of the West Indies that's coming up now, Mr. Gavaskar. What do you make of the test squad that's been picked for that? It looks like quite a solid squad, really, at least on paper. Good opportunity also for uncapped Shardul Thakur.
Yes, I think I don't think there was an opportunity to make too many changes in the test squad. The test squad, the core has been there for the last year or so, and having done so well in the test series against South Africa, you wouldn't have expected too many changes to come. So really, because you're going so far away, it's not easy to get to the West Indies in time. Sometimes the selectors pick an extra player. And so therefore the squad looks good. Shardul Thakur once again rewarded for bowling his heart out for Mumbai in the entire season. For the last couple of seasons he's been amongst the leading wicket takers. And with quick bowlers, I think you need to pick them early before they start getting to a stage where the strength goes, their fitness problems come in. So good to see Shardul Thakur also being picked, rewarded for his performances.
All right, Mr. Gavaskar, stay on with us, sir. Let's switch our focus now on to the Indian Premier League Season 9. Now, the 4 playoff berths for IPL Season 9 have now been finally decided. It's the Royal Challengers Bangalore who will be taking on the Gujarat Lions in the first qualifier. And the Sunrisers Hyderabad will take on the Kolkata Knight Riders in the second qualifier there on your screens. Winner of the first qualifier, remember, goes straight through to the final. The loser, meanwhile, will play the winner of the eliminator, and the winner of that match then becomes the second finalist. So that's how things stand as of now. Mr. Gavaskar still on with us. Sir, have the 4 best, most deserving teams, you would say, have they made the playoffs?
Yes, I would think that eventually the four deserving teams do make it to the top 4. But sometimes when you're tied on points and you miss out on the net run rate, then you sometimes wonder, well, maybe whether this team should have been there or that team should have been there. I feel Mumbai Indians were unlucky because a couple of times they misread the pitch. They misread the pitch the first time around in Visakhapatnam. They misread the pitch in Kanpur. And so paid the price, because both those wins, if they had under their belt instead of losses, they would have been number 2 and would have been able to defend the title. So a little bit unlucky over there for Mumbai Indians, but otherwise I think the top 4 deserve to be there.
Right. Mr. Gavaskar, I know that in the past you've told us that you don't have a crystal ball, but this is the question that we journalists just love asking. Can you predict who the two finalists will be?
Good question. I have well, difficult to say that. The Gujarat Lions and Royal Challengers Bangalore, of course, get an extra opportunity. Whatever happens in the game tomorrow. So clearly they will play a lot more freely. Though my sincere advice to them would be, don't try and take it lightly, because you want to keep the winning rhythm going. So one of them definitely, I think, will be in the finals, and I think KKR are a team that knows how to play in the knockouts. So I think KKR is another team that should get through.